Hi, I'm Alex from the sales team at Cambridge, and today I'm with
Oscar, the product manager here at Cambridge Audio.
So today we're going to have a little look at our new sort of small form factor hi-fi products that we've released. MXW70, the DacMagic 200M and the MXN10. So I was wondering if you'd give us a little bit of a sort of introduction to these products and sort of roughly what they do.
Yeah, so starting with the MXN10, this is our kind of small form factor network streamer. So it's just a stereo network streamer. It supports most of your streaming services and runs on our latest Gen 4 platform. We've got the DacMagic 200N. This is a DAC preamp headphone amp. It does quite a few different things, but again, it's got digital inputs and analog outputs. And then we've got our new MXW70, which is a small form factor power amp. So that one is, again, as the name would suggest, just a power amp, but it's stereo and it does 70 watts per channel in Class D.
Yeah, I mean, I really like these products because you can use them in so many different circumstances. Because I've been testing a lot of these at home in various different configurations. And for me, the core part of my system at home has been the 200M, mainly because it's got the headphone amp built inside of it. So not only is it a DAC, it also has those additional features. So if you're listening to music, I mean, sometimes I do a little bit of content creation, and it's nice to have a completely dedicated source for your headphones to give you that kind of sound quality. And then on top of that, when I've been playing around with it, you know, sometimes if I want to get, say, lossless audio through it, you can do it obviously through the computer if you've got the relevant things, or you can add on the MXN10 to do that. And also, if you were doing that in that fashion, you could also add on the power amp to route audio through that system too.
Yep, run it into like a pair of small speakers you got on your desk or something like that. So I think the nice thing about this whole range of products is that they are great individual products, or they can be used together in an array of combinations. So if you've kind of got like a secondary system with some smaller speakers, you could literally pair the MXN10 with the MXW70, running that in preamp mode, and you've got kind of very compact streaming only kind of sound system, or you can add the DacMagic for kind of more granular volume control, and obviously it's got digital inputs on it. So again, they're just all very flexible, and for their size, they all perform really well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the interesting one with the power amp is because it's quite small, a lot of people won't think it's got enough sort of grunt to drive larger speakers. But we also have the fun switch on the back of these, right? So we can run them in different configurations. So in terms of like power outputs on them, like how does the MXW70 stack against more conventional amplifiers?
Well, being Class D, it's obviously quite a bit more efficient, and it's got the same amp module in it that we had in our Evo 75 streaming amplifier. So it does 70 watts per channel in Class D. However, it does have bridged mono mode, which supports 8 ohm and up speakers, but then it will do 250 watts into 8 ohms. So again, you could run a pair of these in mono, and it's a lot of headroom, and it will power most speakers out there. I remember when we bought this out, I was testing one in my system, and then I had an additional unit delivered and kind of ran them in mono mode, and it just gives you kind of a little bit more control, a bit better like left and right separation. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's the main thing for me is the left and right separation, because when I added a second one of these into test, it was surprising the kind of difference you get in sound staging, and obviously there's the extra power is nice.
Yeah, and again with that, it's got XLR and RCA input. So again, we kind of tried to build flexibility into a lot of our products, and that's one of them. Again, stereo or bridged, it's got RCA or XLR inputs, and then it's got trigger input as well as trigger loop out, so you can then add the additional one. So everything kind of turns on at once, everything turns off at the same time. Great for kind of home theatre setups. It's just a really flexible power amp.
I think that's the thing. I mean, from speaking to lots of retailers and users of these products, you know, although you can use all these three in one go and they will look quite nice, you know, stacking them on top or what have you, it is nice to see those different ways they can be utilized. So you could use this with just, you know, a normal integrated sort of streamer. You could use it with a home cinema system to power fronts. Obviously you can use it with this system. Same kind of thing with the DAC. You could run that into existing systems. You can use it solely as a headphone amplifier to drive your computer, and things like the small streamer, the MXN10, that could kind of slot in anywhere.
That's the great thing about the MXN10 is we've sold a lot of these to people that have got older systems that don't support streaming, and they want something that's kind of compact that then offers them that kind of modern connectivity with older components. And that's the great thing about our Gen 4 platform, is that we support kind of all the big streaming services. So we've got Spotify Connect, which has lossless. We've got Tidal Connect, Qobuz Connect. We've got kind of Amazon Music in-app. We've got Google Cast, we've got Google AirPlay. You could have a couple of these around the house and connect them all together via one of those systems. So you've got your Google Home or your AirPlay. So yeah, it supports a ton of things. It's got 7-band EQ in there. It's got room compensation.
There's a lot of features in a very small box for that.
It's a tiny box with a lot of features, exactly.
I mean, I guess the main one as well, although there's no display, all of this is built into our StreamMagic companion app as well.
Yeah, so you control it via the app essentially, and it's got Wi-Fi and Ethernet, so you've got various ways of connecting it, various ways of obviously outputs as well. You've got RCA outputs, or you've even got an optical and coax out.
And I guess the other nice thing is they're all fairly reasonably priced for where they sit in the market. So yeah.
They sit slightly above our kind of entry-level products, and this is kind of a nice form factor for kind of desktop use, or just, again, adding to an existing hi-fi setup.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good roundup of the 3 models. So thank you very much for your time, Oscar, to come in and help us explain these through. If there's any kind of questions or bits you have, feel free to leave a comment below and one of our team will get back to you.